The NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, presented by WinBet. WinBet is now live in Arizona, Colorado, Indiana, Louisiana, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Tennessee, and Virginia. From boosted same-game parlays to live in-game odds, WinBet has what you need to win. Sign up today. Bet $100 and get $100 at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/winbet. That is sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET. State restrictions apply. We're also brought to you by the SGPN merch store. Head over to store.sportsgamblingpodcast.com. Use promo code MADNESS, MADNESS, for 10% off orders of $40 or more. Yes, sir. We are back for another edition of the NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. No me, no the voice, no guy. It's me, really real, villain real, Terrell, Furman Jr. here at your service. And it's a Wednesday. Slightly different lineup today. Got my guy Delonte Smith with me. Delonte, what's going on?
What's up, man? Doing pretty good. Just ready to get into the slate, try to make a few dollars.
Yeah, make a few dollars. How'd you do yesterday? I think you was on the show yesterday, right?
Yeah, split the lock and dog. I think every other recommendation that we played, I think it went pretty good, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember exactly Munaf and Scott's lock and dog, but I think me and Munaf had the same lock, which is the Warriors. I think we all like the Lakers, which got there.
Oh, y'all locked up the Warriors?
Yeah, man.
That's what they were. So I got the notification that you guys were on the Warriors, fading my OKC Thunder as home dogs.
Yeah,
disrespect. The disrespect
man,
from my guys.
But I think everything else we pretty much got on the money. Even though we had already handicapped the Milwaukee Orlando news, and right at the end of the podcast, the news came out about Drew and Giannis. But it didn't matter at the end of the day. They still
they dominated 134, 123. I was on Bobby Porter's points in that one, man. He finished with 16. I think his total was at 16 and a half. I think I got a 17 and a half. Oh, and I still I thought he was going for 20.
Was that before the news or after?
This was after. After.
Yeah.
So Brook Lopez still gets there without Giannis in the lineup. Brook Lopez cashes his overprop yet again.
Yeah, I think Munaf like Lopez. I think overall the show we were pretty good. We were all really on the Bucks, fading Dallas with the Jazz, so we got that. And we all were on Brooklyn, which they blew the Houston out. Everybody was on Knicks first half. That got there before, they collapsed in the end. But
I mean, okay. So look, people, if you came here questioning what my reaction was going to be to the Knicks losing a game, I'm letting you know right now, there is no possible way that you could ever have told me that the Knicks were going to, one, beat Miami in Miami on a buzzer beater by one of the greatest calls of all time, and then come back 2 nights later and beat the Boston Celtics in Boston in double overtime, and then make me think that the Knicks were going to play 100% complete game versus the Charlotte Hornets. I mean, come on. Come on.
Hey, actually,
it was given.
Charlotte has the second they're the second defensive rated team in the last 10 games. How ironic is that?
Second defensive rated team.
Yeah, they got the second best defense over the last 10 games. I don't know how, but they do.
I mentioned this. I believe I mentioned this with Moonoff when we were talking about it, and I said, look through Charlotte's game log. Like, they haven't. And I took the under on. What was the last team Charlotte played before this? I think I took the under on their team total. They played. No, when they played. No, it was when they played Brooklyn, because that Brooklyn total was at 107 and a half.
Oh yeah, they got blessed.
I think that's what it was. Was it? No, that's Sunday. No, it was on Friday when I took that team total. Yeah, it was on Friday, and it was 114 and a half. That was what it was. It was 114 and a half. It didn't get there. Orlando scored 117, but it was there. And now look at Brooklyn. Last two games after that, not Brooklyn, but Charlotte. Last two games after that, 102 to the Brooklyn Nets, 105 to the New York Knicks. I mean, Charlotte has stepped up defensively, and that was a really quality win on the road. But nothing shocking to me. The Knicks don't cover 10 points at home. I don't think the Knicks have ever covered 10 points at home.
Yeah, right. Man. Yeah, but that's I think overall the podcast we did pretty good yesterday with all three of all the stuff that we gave out. I can't remember their lock and dog, but I know me and Munaf had the same lock. I think he was on Laurie rebounds. Did Laurie get there with the rebounds? I didn't
No, he didn't. He's because he's a freaking bum when you bet on his rebounds. Like Laurie Markkinen is actually the person that I hate when you bet on his rebounds. I don't know. Whenever I decide, oh, hey, this is a really good double chance for Laurie, and then he doesn't get there, but don't let there be seven footers on the other team. Then Laurie wants to turn into fucking Hakeem Olajuwon going and getting 20 rebounds a game. Like, oh my gosh, bro. Like,
but
Laurie's points got there. Laurie's points got there easily, very easily. It was an easy 30 piece without Jordan Clarkson. All right. Let's go ahead and get into today's slate of picks. We've got how many we got? What's that? 7 games on the board today. Kicking things off because they absolutely disrespected this line on the open up. And the books got hammered. And guess what? It was only about a small amount of people. They got hammered. The Atlanta Hawks are on the road going to play the Washington Wizards. Hawks opened up as a -7.5 favorite.
Damn, did they?
Line is currently sitting at -4. 224 is what the line opened up at the total. It's now all the way up to 236.5. Yo, okay, hold on. Let me get through this. I'm gonna get through it. Let me go ahead and where's my injury report? Let me talk about the injury report, and then I'm gonna talk about how fucking crazy this is. Okay, so nothing for the Hawks. Pretty straight, clean forward roster. Wizards, you don't have really anything. We'll see if Monty Morris is able to go today, but they are coming off a back-to-back, so you'll wait and see if there's an out, whether it's Beal or Porzingis. Sometimes they've been careful with him. We'll see about that later on in the day. When I saw this line last night and I saw 7.5, I bet it instantly. And it is actually crazy that there was actually books that I don't think a lot, but there was actually books that had this line posted at -7.5. I think I could count on both hands. Maybe. I might only need one. The amount of times that they've won over 8 points on the road. No, I think I need both hands. The amount of times that they've won a game, not even been favored, won the game by over 8 points on the road. This is hilarious. That was hilarious.
That had to be a mispricing. It had to be a misprice or a mistake.
But it's like I saw it because I tweeted it out last night. No, but I know it definitely had to be a mistake, but I'm just like, no, there's no way. And here you are. You're looking at this. This line has dropped. You still have 75% of the bets, 96% of the money on the Hawks. However, there has been huge sharp movements because they brought that line back down. That sharp money came in on Hawks -7.5. So we're handicapping Hawks -4 here. This is more of a conservative number. Delonte, what are you doing?
Well, yeah, I got to take Washington here. I like the way Washington's been playing. They actually match up pretty good with the Hawks. They lost. The Hawks lost and failed to cover. They were 7.5-point favorites at home in that game, and they lost.
Yep.
They lost by like 2 or 3 points, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, 2 points.
Yeah, so this is a late rally from Washington. I'm like a Washington. Like I've been betting on Washington for a while. I just like how they play and how hard they play. So I'm not surprised as to like the money coming in on Washington. I mean, simply because the number was wrong, but the Wizards have been playing well. They actually really match up well with Atlanta. That's the main thing. Atlanta, they're gonna have to get out in transition. That's their biggest advantage. Other than that, they don't have any big advantage other than getting out in transition. Wizards are 29th in transition points per possession allowed. So if they don't get out in transition, it's going to be hard to score on the Wizards. So I like the home dog here. They got to defend without fouling. That's number one. They're fourth in free throw rate defense. So I think they'll be able to keep Trey off the line. I'm worried about how they're going to score inside. Their interior is not, is not good. And the Hawks do have, 6'10", 6'11" guys that they can just rotate in to protect the paint. So that does worry me a little bit, but I like the Wizards with the points.
Yeah, there was no it was no possible way that you was getting me on Atlanta in this spot. Laying points with Atlanta. I already don't bet Atlanta on the road, but now laying points, it was absolutely no way. I was always going to be on the Wizards. But really what it is for me is one, like you said, the matchups, and to just go a little bit further. I don't think that they have an answer for Kristaps Porzingis. Like, I really think that because he's been playing through a really good stretch of basketball recently, like a very, very good stretch of basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if Kristaps Porzingis is able to get going in this one, they really, really have an answer to slow him down, because you can't use Clint Capella. Clint Capella is not going to keep up with them at all. And then you don't have, like you were talking, some of the rim protection. You don't have anybody that can guard him out on the perimeter. And just going back into this game, the game last time, 28 points, 10 for 26, 2 for 7 from 3. That's like a little bit worse than I even think that he could put up. I think that
he'll shoot better at home.
That's Kuzma. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Screen Porzingis. That's Kuzma.
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I don't like the interior defense, or what even options they have that can go up with the bigs of Washington and Kuzma and Porzingis. And so now if you're telling me that Porzingis is playing on a back-to-back, I don't know if he is, but if he is, and now you have to worry about, like, I think Porzingis threes is something that you can look at today. I think Porzingis points, rebounds. I think that is something you can look at today. But I'm really, really concerned for the bigs in Atlanta and how they're going to be able to attack Kyle Kuzma and Kristaps Porzingis today. Both of those guys are two big names that I'm looking out to have a big game today. I mean, even Daniel Gafford last time around, filling in for Porzingis, he was 13, 5 for 6.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing with Gafford is he fouls a lot. So
no, but I'm not saying that Gafford is going to have a good day today. But I'm just saying, look at what the bigs for Washington.
Oh, okay,
they played through the bigs every one of those games. Gafford was 5 for 6, 13 points, 12 rebounds. Deni Avdija came into the game, had 13 rebounds. Like, what are they possibly going to do against the bigs of this team?
Yeah, I'm with you.
I just don't. I think this is a really bad matchup for Atlanta. I'm really confused on. I mean, I get it. Washington's on a back-to-back, travel, all of that. I'm really, really confused. I think this is wrong team favorite. I think Washington probably could be a 1-point favorite at home right now.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, if power rating wise, I guess if the Hawks were laying 7.5 at home, and now it's at 4, I guess they don't give Washington much home court advantage, because I think it should be probably about
but I just think that if you just look at how they're playing basketball right now, I think that Washington is a better team. Yeah, I just think that they're a legit better team. And if I had my own fake little sports book and I was writing this line, I'd sit here and say, well, I don't know, maybe Washington -1. I mean, these two teams are a lot closer than they are further apart, and don't know what you're getting from Trae Young any given night. He had 31 that last game. Hopefully he is able to score in this one. But, I mean, I don't know. Was it Miami or was it Trae Young still being hurt?
It's probably a combination of both. I mean, Miami just has his number. Spo knows.
Yeah, I mean, he shot better the second time around, but still, I don't know. All right. Any thoughts on the total? 236.5.
I'll probably lean over. 3 of the last 5 for Atlanta has went over. 4 of the last 5 for Washington. Washington tends to play better offensively at home. And the Hawks, I mean, although Miami is a different beast. They're not. Washington's defense is not Miami's defense, so they should have a little bit more success scoring the ball. I think the last one went over, if I'm not mistaken. I think the total was somewhat around the same as to what it is right now. At least what the current number is, not what.
Yeah, it was 233.5 last time around. It did go over.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be a lot of points. We could see both teams get into the 120. So I like the over.
All right. Yeah, I'm I like the over, but I don't even know why that line was set that low. That just doesn't make sense. But
I
I'm
also like
still.
first quarter over too. The Wizards best first quarter over team in the NBA. They raised it a bunch. I seen like
We've been talking
61.
about that recently.
Yeah, I seen 61. The last matchup was like 57 and a half, and they was 27-27 at the end of the first. So I mean, it just fell short, but both teams gonna play with tempo starting off. It does, I guess, worry me that the Wizards. I mean, yeah, that the Wizards are off a back to back with travel, like you said, but I mean, they're still gonna get up for the game, and
All
it's a
that
big
worries
game.
me.
It's a
All
big
that
game.
worries me is I don't know who's going to exactly play because the Wizards have been a little finicky with that, and sometimes you expect Beal
That's
is going
true.
to play, or you expect that Porzingis is going to play, and they're not in the lineup. So that's the only thing that could really scare me off if you sit here and tell me that I'm not getting the three of Beal, Porzingis, and Kuzma playing this game. But if I'm getting that, I don't even think this is close. I think that Washington could easily run away with this game. Moonoff adding 9-1 to the over as a road favorite for the Atlanta Hawks. Any props that you like in this one?
I like Capella over 10.5 rebounds. He's over in 4 of the last 5. We talked about the Wizards. They don't have a ton of size. I mean, Porzingis doesn't rebound the ball as well as he should. And mentioned Gafford foul. So if Gafford gets in foul trouble, it's really like no one that can prevent Capella from getting off the glass.
Mm,
He had 15 in the previous matchup, so I think it's a good matchup for him to clean up on the glass. That's the only one that I like.
all right. I Yeah, I agree with you. I was going to give out that Capella pick. What did I just say? What in the world? I don't even know what I just said. That Capella pick. Oh, that was like a what was the joint from Rush Hour that he was trying to filter fish? The
I remember that.
filter fish. Yeah, from the Rush Hour credits. The filter fish. That's what I thought I just said. I don't know. All right. I agree with the Capella pick. I was gonna give out double double. I like Capella in this game. I'm concerned about the foul issues, but I like that. I'm all over Kuzma and Porzingis if they play in this game. I think that they could have some really big games.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, I didn't.
uh,
It wasn't much to choose from the Washington side simply because we don't know, who's playing or not. So I, couldn't really dive into to what they want to do,
yeah, I
prop
think
wise.
uh, I'm going for threes. Threes with Porzingis. I think Porzingis can stretch the floor and be good. He's normally at 1.5 threes. I don't think I see any lines on him right now, but he's normally at 1.5 threes. Let me see. I think I can find one right here. 3 points made. Yep, 1.5. It's like minus 170, minus 180.
Probably can buy
You
it
can
too.
play. I think you can bring that up. I think you can bring that to three threes. Like, who is going to guard him outside on the perimeter? I don't think they have the matchup for it. And I think that Kyle Kuzma over 21.5 is a really good play too at minus 120. All right.
That's not bad.
Before we get to the next game of the slate, got to talk to you about the official online sportsbook of Sports Gambling Podcast Network, and that is Win Bet. March Madness is here, and you can get down. I'm actually currently trying to get a bet in on the St. Bonaventure and Davidson game before it tips. So,
Hopefully, you're taking Davidson.
yeah, are
Okay,
we not taking Davidson?
yeah,
Is that
okay,
not? Well,
yeah,
we're
no,
taking them. All right,
yeah,
great. Let me know because I'm literally trying to do this right now as I give
yeah,
this read.
yeah.
It starts in like literally less than 60 seconds of time of recording. So here we are. Sign up today. Receive a special offer. Bet $100. Get $100. Limited to state availability. NBA, NHL, XFL, whatever your fix is, doesn't matter. And if you hit the longest parlay of the week, you can get $1,000 free credit. So let's choose from. Head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/winbet. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET. Offer subject change terms, conditions at winbet.com. Must be 21 older and present in the state where play through WinBet is available. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. All right, next game on the slate we have for let's see here. Cleveland Cavaliers on the road going to play the Miami Heat in Miami. Cavaliers laying 215 is the total injury report here for these two teams, and we have pretty clean for the Miami Heat. Don't not Miami Heat. Whoa, for the Cleveland Cavaliers, that is absolutely not the case for Miami Heat. Miami Heat still missing Kyle Lowry, still missing Nikola Jokic, and Kevin Love is questionable with the rib injury. Again, pretty clean note for the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'd say, what are you doing with the Cavs laying 2 on the road?
Yeah, honestly, I really don't have any incentive to bet the side. I like the total a lot more, but if I had to play the side, I'd probably play Cleveland. Miami, they have won 3 of 5, but they're 2-3 ATS in that span. They don't have much home court. 9-22-2 ATS at home. Even on the season, they're horrible ATS 23-40-3. I guess some of that might fluctuate also depending on what book you use as a close. But their offense is struggle. They can't really exploit the Cavs' weakness because their weakness is defending the three, and Miami is 28th in 3-point percentage. So I don't see any advantages there. Cleveland does have an advantage on the inside with Allen and Mobley, even though Allen hasn't been playing well as of late. I think he hasn't had over like 6 rebounds, like 3 or 4 straight
No, he
games.
freaking sucks, man.
Yeah, so,
Because
yeah,
I just bet him.
the tweet.
I just bet him over 10.5. What was it? Who was they just playing? The Celtics, and it was missing no Robert Williams, no no Al Horford, no Jason Tatum, no problem.
Yeah, 4 rebounds, didn't he?
Freaking no problem. Yeah, he was in a little bit of foul trouble too in that game, but like it was just all Evan Mobley and Donovan Mitchell, man. It really blew me. He doesn't actually suck. I'm sorry, Jerry.
No, you good. No, I like the way Cleveland's playing. They won and covered 3 of the last 5. And they're also really good as a favorite. They are really good as a favorite. They're 30-22-2. They do struggle on the road. However, I like the matchup for them here. So if I had to play anything, I'd lean to Cleveland laying a short number. I'll probably just play the money line, to be honest. But if they can exploit the inside of Miami, because they only have Bam on the inside, and if Allen can if they can get something from Allen, I think Mobley's going to be a good matchup against Bam. So I think inside they'll be able to exploit that. Miami's 21st in rim percentage defense. The Cavs are top 5 in rim percentage offense. So that's the biggest advantage. So if they look to play half court basketball and pound the ball inside, I think Cleveland can come out of there with a win.
Oh fuck! I'm so mad. I forgot to get down on the first half under in this one. Damn it! All right, sorry. I'm still really mad that I didn't get all the bets that I wanted in this game. I did not know the game started this early. Okay, I am completely against you, and I'm going to tell you why. Because Miami is a home dog in this one. How many? This is the spot where we like Miami. This is
you're not against me. I would lean to Cleveland. I ain't playing.
I'm against you. I heard Cleveland. That's all I heard. I have no. I was like, lean Cleveland. What are you talking about? It is the Miami Heat as a home dog. It doesn't get any better than this, and you're getting them as a home dog against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And what are the Cavs at now? They're 13-19 on the road, 13-18-1 against the spread. I can go even deeper in that. Let's figure out what they are as a road favorite. Because what do they say on the college experience? Scuba diving. I'm scuba diving right now. So all right, let's see here. 9-8-2 as a road favorite. So yeah, that's decent. That's 53%. I'm not gonna lie, that's decent. It's not good enough to stop me here. What? We don't get Miami in this spot often, and it's a reason. There is a reason for it, people. I'm trying to tell you. And if you just think about, the matchups that going on here. One, you have Kevin Love possibly in a revenge game. But matter of fact, Kevin Love, you really, really should play in this game. There's no way you miss this game. I'm almost positive Kevin Love is sitting there saying, nah, man, you give me a shot, whatever is wrong with this rib, and I'm going and playing against the Cleveland Cavaliers. So I'm going to be on Kevin Love props. I'm going to let you know that right now. But I think that Miami does have the size, or they can battle with Allen. You got Bam. You can battle with Allen. You can battle with Mobley, and you can be able to go through the motions like that. I still think that this is a get-up spot for Jimmy Butler, where, again, they're talking about how bad this team is playing right now, and they're not winning games. They are struggling to win games. And so You got the 2 back-to-back set against Atlanta. That's getting you going. Your blood is pumping. You feel good about where you're at in the division right now. Now you take on the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think this is a spot where you got one of the better teams in the Eastern Conference coming to Miami, and they just get up, like all get up. I could see a 10-point, 15-point quarter for Jimmy Butler in the fourth quarter. Be able to, sit this one over the top. So I'm all over the Miami Heat today. This is one of my favorite plays today. I'll take Heat +2.
Good thing I'm not against you. I'm just leaning towards that way.
All right,
You made a strong
lean,
case.
lean.
I mean, I don't know if Miami has enough. Like, they're not going to be able to score that much on Cleveland. Elite defense. Like, I don't.
Yeah, no, and I get it, but the thing is that Cleveland's really, really good in the interior and inside the paint. And what I do like about the Miami Heat is that you have options to go to on the outside. Like, you can suck the defense in and then be able to get the ball to your shooters on the outside, like a Gabe Vincent, like a Max Strus, like a Kevin Love, people, like a Kevin Love, like Tyler Hero, like what's my guy that gets paid to ride the bench? Duncan Robinson's been getting burned. I seen him hit a few threes. Yeah, he's been getting burned, yo. What was the other day? He had like 3 or 4 threes in the game. It was like
playoff,
it was like
playoff
the other day
rotation to bench rider. But I mean, when you get 100 plus M's in Miami, you living a good life.
Yeah, it was that Miami versus Atlanta game. He had 14, 4 for 5, 3 for 4 from 3. Like, Duncan Robinson came. I was like, oh, all right. And you still got Victor Oladipo out there too. Like, I think they have options of where to go with the ball, and this is really a matchup that they can get up for. So, yeah, I really do like Miami Heat in this spot. +2, sprinkle on the money line. In terms of the total, I mean, just because of that, I think that this kind of can be an over game. Like, I think this can be a back and forth game that's going all the way from cover to cover. So,
yeah, see, I'm against you here. I like the under. Both teams defensively really good. Last game went under by 13.5 points. I think it was 197. The total was actually a little bit. I think it was a little bit lower than this. It might have been like 210. Is it 212.5 right now, right?
Yeah, it's at 212.5. It is now 215.
Yeah. So it was a little bit lower than this in the previous game.
Yeah, 210.5.
Yeah,
And on January 31st, when they played in Cleveland, it was 210.5. It still went over 197. Time before that
that's
was
the one
in
I was
November. In November in Cleveland won 113.87, and that still went under the 213 at that time.
Yeah, so I trust both defenses to be able to slow it down. Like I said, Miami struggles offensively. I do worry about some of the perimeter defense, like you mentioned, if those guys from Miami are hitting. So I like the under still. I actually would probably look at a first half under also. I'll split a unit half, first half, and full game. So.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think this is a game for threes. Like, this just screams out threes to me. All right, let's go on to the next game of the slate. Props. Any player props you got in this one?
Yeah, Evan Mobley, points, rebounds, and assists over 26.5. He's over in 5 of the last 7, averaging 34 points, rebounds, and assists in the last 3. So, like the matchup for him, if Jared Allen can at least give him something to keep the defense honest so they won't have to shade towards him, he should be able to score and get some boards with the weak interior of the Miami.
All right, I kind of told y'all what I like. I kind of like threes today, man. I think that this is a very good opportunity for them to get some looks on the outside. I told you that if Kevin Love goes, I'm going to be on Kevin Love today. I still like Evan Mobley, man. Still like Evan Mobley. Over 15.5 he's at. And let me see. Where's those 3-point props? All right, here we go. We got Gabe Vincent over 1.5. You have Hero over 2.5 -120. I like that. I really want. Yeah, I think that's really. I don't see a Strus. I don't see Strus up here. But all right, that's what I'm on as of right now. All right, next game of the slate. Let's get over and go to the what everybody wants to hear. The Boston Celtics are welcoming the Portland Trailblazers. The Trailblazers are catching 10 in Boston. Boston was laying 9.5. It's up to 10. 230.5 is the total injury report for these two teams. And we have for the Boston Celtics, Jason Tatum and Al Horford are both not on the injury report. Peyton Pritchard is questionable with the heel injury. And Robert Williams with that hamstring, he's still going to be missing for some time. So you can expect relatively normal lineup without Robert Williams for them. Marcus Smart, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Al Horford. And for the Portland Trailblazers, Anthony Simons is already ruled out. Nurkic is questionable to return for tonight. So that is Damian Lillard, Matisse Thybulle, Cam Reddish, Jerami Grant, and Yusuf Nurkic if he plays. All right. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I think it's too many points to be given to the Blazers, with especially how well Dame's been playing. They won and covered 2 straight. They're not bad. ATS on the road, like a little under 500. The depth does worry me. Like, as I would love it even more. Obviously, we wouldn't be getting 10 if Simons was in, but the depth does worry me with how many guys the Celtics can play and wear them down and in the going through the game. But we all seen the Celtics have problems with sustaining leads, so the back door is always going to be open. This is a step up in class from the 2 previous offenses that they played in the past. Well, the two previous teams that they played offensively. So I'm not sure how they're going to be with defending the 3. They struggle defending the 3. Boston is, they have lost 4 or 5, 1-4 ATS. So they're going to come in with a vengeance, I'm pretty sure. But I still think it's too many points. I don't think that they can win by margin. I got to see it first before they do it. So I'll take the Blazers plus the double digits.
I don't know. Blazers suck on the road, man. they are not good.
They're just 16 and 17 ATS. But if you filter it down to like double digits on the road, they're not catching a lot of. They're not.
They're not catching this number a lot. But I just think that this is not a very good road team that was very fortunate to have. Who was it? Orlando and
yeah, they played. And Celtics 18 and 16 ATS at home, so they're not like world beaters. So.
Oh yeah, no, I 100% am, and Nick said it. I 100% recommend. Don't bet this game. I would not bet this game because there's no way I'm betting Portland right now against a good team. I'm not going to not say that Celtics aren't a good team. I'm not going to bet Portland against a good team on the road, but I'm definitely not putting money on the Celtics to cover this spread right now. So I'm really, really good on it. I swear I'm good on it. If I had to. If you bet Boston, I really don't think this is the game to be scared. If you bet Boston tonight, I don't think this is the game to be scared. Dame has solid games against this Celtics team, but I think that they're just pissed off. Like, they've really set themselves back with these couple of losses. What's that? 3 losses they've taken recently?
No, they lost 4. They lost 4 of the last 5.
Oh yeah, forgot. Knicks beat them twice. Twice, people. Knicks beat them twice in the last 5. Just make sure you knew that. Yeah, no, I think this is kind of. I wouldn't be surprised if this was a bounce back spot for Boston. Like, this Portland team is really bad on the road. You got Nurk coming back from injury. You don't even know if he's playing, to be honest. We don't know what he's gonna look like. No Simons in this game. Expecting, Cam Reddish to get up on the road. Like, these are still some really, really young guys on this team. And I think that Boston atmosphere might get to them a little bit. So we'll see. But I'm definitely not looking either way in any of this. I'm really good on the side here. Total is interesting, however. 230.5. What are you doing?
Yeah, I probably lean over. Both teams should be able to score. Boston defense hasn't been as elite as it was earlier in the season. Robert Williams being out is a big concern. We've seen what they do rim protection wise when he's in, but without that rim protection, Dame should have a freeway to the basket. Marcus Smart can't guard him, so I don't see a lot of teams. I don't see either team getting a lot of stops. Like I said, Boston is really good at shooting the three. Portland can't defend it. That's the only thing that worries me here.
Hmm.
But also, I think Portland can also score on the Celtics defense. I mean, they allowed like teams to just do whatever they wanted in the second half of every game that they lost. So Portland offensively is not as good as some of those teams, but I think they'll be able to score some here. And also, Celtics should be able to get what they want also.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like the total here. Get a little bit of movement. It goes from 229 to 30 and a half. So 229 and a half to 230 and a half. I like to see some positive movement with there, especially with the sharps being on it. Uh, Pretty much a little bit of a public play, 64% of bet, 64% of money. I see sharp movement going to the over as well. That helps me feel more comfortable in just saying that both of these two teams are missing rim protection. Like that's ultimately what it is. Even getting Nurk back, Nurk is not adding rim protection to this team. Like that's always been something that they've struggled with. So you're struggling inside the paint. I think you're going to struggle on the outside guarding Boston, who can put up a bunch of outside shots with ball rotation. And then it's straight up, can is Boston going to be able to get through this little funk of being able to defend guys? And I don't know if they can. You do still got some guys that if they turn it on, Cam Reddish, if they turn it on,
Good luck.
Dame Lillard, like, yeah, really good luck. So I like the over here. I like Boston team total over too, because I just think that Boston's going to be able to score. Like, I really, really would be surprised if Boston doesn't put up close to 130 in this game. I really will be surprised. And then I think Portland will just keep up.
That's
All
good to
right.
hear.
Any props you got for this one?
Nah, I don't. I don't think. I didn't have an edge on either side prop wise.
All right. Scope. I have for this one, Dame has three straight double doubles against the Boston Celtics. So I like Dame assist in this one. And it just goes with if this is a high scoring game, if they are playing from behind, then I think that it will be an opportunity for the let's see here. Yeah, it'd be an opportunity for Dame to get some easy assists in there and be able to get his guys going. And we'll see. Maybe we can get a good game out of it. So I am with Dame Lillard assists today. Following the trend. I'm gonna play his double double as well. All right. Next game on the slate, we have the Dallas Mavericks going to play the New Orleans Pelicans. Mavericks are laying 1.5 on the road. Open up at 2, now down to 1.5. 234 is the total. That's come up 4 points. Big surprise. For the, let's see, injury report, we have Dallas Mavericks. Look out for JaVale McGee and Reggie Bullock and their status TBD after the last night. And then for the New Orleans Pelicans, Josh Richardson is not on the injury report. Larry Nance Jr., Jose Alvarado, Zion Williamson, all going to be out, as you already know. Okay. You have 1.5 with the Mavericks. What are you doing?
Yeah, man. Honestly, I can't figure out the Pelicans for the life of me. It has been that way since Zion has been out, and they've had all that stuff going on. I mean, they're 3-7 ATS the last 10, 1-4 ATS the last 5. They don't do well as an underdog, 13, 21-1, but they are a little bit better at home. The offense has been an issue. They can't get anything going. CJ and Brandon are just, I don't know if they just don't have it or they don't work well together. I don't know what's going on, but they failed to score 102 of their last 5 games, which resulted in 4 straight unders. Dallas also, they've played, 5 pretty high level games. They're 1-4 ATS in that span. They're not good on the road. They're not good at home covering numbers. I think they're like bottom 5 in like ATS margin. So I don't think that Dallas will be able to, run over New Orleans. So I think I like the spot for New Orleans. I mean, they do still play good defense. But I just can't trust Dallas laying points on the road. Um, Especially coming off that 5 game stretch that they had. They've allowed
Mm-hmm.
120 plus in 3 straight games, or 3 of the 5 games, and one of them, pushed. So it's I don't trust Dallas here, especially off the back to back. I mean, their advantages, they like half court. They love playing in a half court with Luka and Kyrie, first in half court points per play. But New Orleans is pretty good. They're top 12 in defending the half court. So I like New Orleans here. I play them on the money line, just get more value.
All right. I think I'm against you. Have we been against each other in majority of this league? I'm
Probably.
going with the Mavericks here. I think I like the Mavericks here. And this is a hard one for me because New Orleans does need a win and they're a lot better at home, but I don't know if I don't know if this guarantees them a dub. Like, all right, so last five, I know a side. I know a version of this side that I do know for a fact I like. And well, not the side, but the total. A version of the total that I know for a fact I like. But I'm just leaning Dallas because I'm concerned about New Orleans and how they play against actual good teams with good offenses recently. And so if you look at the last five games, there's some up and down in their scoring. 120
Mhm.
gave up 123 to the Kings, 108 to Golden State. Okay. 110 to Portland. All right, you still won the game. You scored 121. 101 to New Orleans. Not New Orleans, to Orlando. Lost that game at home. 128 to the Knicks. Lost that game at home. But if you look at that and you look at offensive efficiency in the last five games, the Kings and the Knicks are top 10 in the league. And where you have Portland, Orlando, Golden State, all trending towards the bottom. Golden State 16, I think Portland's 17, Orlando's further down in the 20s. Like there's some standardization here that they are just getting scored on by good teams. Like they just can't beat good teams. And that might be the case here. They just probably cannot beat good teams right now. And so I like Dallas's team total over in this game. I think that's
Yeah, I
the
don't
play
hate
that I
that.
like the most. And just I am really hard pressed, and I really think that if I bet Dallas's team total over in every game the rest of the season, I'm going to win more than I lose, and by a good amount, just
I don't
because
hate that.
they have so many options to go with the basketball, and they know how many different times that uh how many options that they have. Like you have Josh Green out there, you have Tim Hardaway Jr., who's coming off the bench giving you 20 now. And if he was doing this for the duration of the whole season, he probably would be a six man that you carried it. You still got Christian Wood, still have a lot of options to go with the basketball. And I don't think that this beat up New Orleans team has all the options to defend them. So I really like that team total, Dallas's team total. I'm gonna side with Dallas because of it, and I'll lay the 1.5 on the road. But it is concerning because I do think New Orleans is going to fight in this one. They're a really, really good home team. Any thoughts on the total for you at 234?
Yeah, I'd lean under. The last matchup went under by 6.5. Should be a low possession game with both teams being more effective in the half court than the full court, obviously. And Dallas off the back to back. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's not that big of a travel, but they are traveling. So uh, I think if New Orleans wants to win the game, they're going to have to slow it down to play at their pace and be able to have Bi and CJ score in the half court. So
Mhm.
I like the under here.
All right. A little bit of confliction there. What props are you on for this one?
Brandon Ingram over points, rebounds, and assists. I think he has to
Mhm.
have a big game. I mean, if he doesn't have a big game, I don't think they have much of a shot. They haven't been playing a lot of. I think Jose's missing, and they don't have a lot
Yeah.
of point guard depth. So usually
Oh,
the ball is in his hands at point forward, so he has the ability to pass and get those guys in the right spots. And if CJ can knock down a couple of jumpers, then I think the assists will be there. The points are going to be there. The rebounds he'll be able to bang inside with Dallas. Dallas is not big inside, so he should be able to, impose his will on the inside. So I like
mhm.
points, rebounds, and assists from Brandon Ingram.
Yeah. I woke up and I was ready to just put the house on Jonas Valanciunas rebounds.
That too.
Like I think if Jonas Valanciunas came out this game with 20 rebounds, I would not be surprised. I mean, he's going to be the biggest person out there whenever he's on the court. I'm sure Christian Wood, Dwight Powell, Maxi Kleber, they're all going to do what they can. But ultimately, I think that it's going to be Jonas Valanciunas' world, and we're just going to be living in it. I like his over 10.5 rebounds. If you laddered that, I think you have a really good possibility of sweeping all the way through because I wouldn't be surprised if he finished this game with 16, 17 rebounds and they just are able to control the glass in that aspect, give themselves more opportunity on the offensive end, be able to limit offensive possessions for the Dallas Mavericks. And that goes really good. Like if you this goes your script, and this is an under game that goes really good for it. So I really, really like Jonas over 10.5 rebounds today.
Yeah, I'll be on that too.
All right. Let's before we get into the next game of the slate, I gotta talk to you about Shady Rays Sunglasses, an independent sunglasses company that offers you a world-class product. If you've been watching the SGP show, you know that they are all about their Shady Rays, and they said mine were in the mail, so I'm waiting. I'll be checking. I've been going trying to look and check and just make. They said mine were in the mail and mine were coming, so I'm gonna have some too apparently. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. I'm a little further down on the totem pole than those guys, so I don't know if I. They said my pair coming though. My pair coming though. If I get my pair, I'm on here every day with it, like I'm coming out the club. All right. So go to shadyrays.com, use promo code SGPN for 50% off 2 pairs of polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself. Shady Rays is rated 5 stars by over 200,000 people. That's shadyrays.com, promo code SGPN. Hey, quiet. You gotta cop a pair of Shady Rays. Gotta cop a pair of Shady Rays. All right. Let's see here. Moving on to, well, we're actually going to cut that short here for part 1. Everybody on YouTube, hang on. If you're listening, just slide over to part 2. And we are back. Okay. Let's finish out this slate. We got three more games. Easy enough. Chicago Bulls are on the road going to play the Denver Nuggets. Nuggets are laying 9, open up at 7.5, and now it's up to 9. 225.5 is the total injury report for these two teams, and you have for the Chicago Bulls, clean. Don't say anything. You just know that Lonzo's done for the year. Javonte Green has no ability to actually make lateral, or is it lateral or non-lateral? Either way, one of the directions, he can't move without any pain. So he's probably done for the year too, if we're being completely honest. The Chicago Bulls team probably should be in tank mode. Mindful for the Denver Nuggets, you have Michael Porter Jr. is probable with an illness. Kenkar is questionable with a wrist injury, and that's about here. Pretty standard for the Denver Nuggets. All right. Are you betting Chicago in Denver?
No, I'm not. I laid 8 with Denver on the open. They've won 4 in a row, covered 3 of the last 5, and 7 of the last 10. One of the better ATS teams at home, 22-11-1. And I mean, that probably could be 23-10, just depending on the close, obviously. But I don't think Chicago has enough offense to be able to withstand some of the things that Denver does defensively. If you look at the numbers, Denver's defense has been a lot better, 5th in defensive rating in the last 10 games.
Mm-hmm.
Chicago is a really good defensive team. They're 8th in that same span of 10 games. But, I mean, they haven't played an offense as good as Denver. So, and they haven't been covering as of late. 1-4 ATS the last 5. They are, a little bit over 500 as an underdog, 18-17. But, I mean, they just don't have any consistency offensively. Zach LaVine and DeRozan are allergic to having good games at the same time. I have no idea why. I like some of the defenders that they can throw at Chicago. I mean, at DeRozan and LaVine. So I don't think any advantage is there for Chicago. I do worry about the poor rim protection for Denver. 29th in rim percentage defense, and Chicago is 16th in rim percentage. It's not great, but it could be an issue with Vucevic and LaVine, getting to the rim. So I like Denver here. I would probably go for the trifecta: first quarter, first half, full game.
Mm-hmm.
They're elite defending the mid range, which is where Chicago is most effective. That's where they do most of their scoring. So I think all the advantages are to Denver here. So I like Denver. I don't want to lay. What is it? 9? You said 9.5?
Yeah, it's at 9.
Yeah, I don't want to lay 9.5. So I'll just pivot and do first half, first quarter.
Yeah, I would play them early. I like the first half, first quarter play, but I'm honestly not afraid of laying the 9 with Denver here because I just think that Chicago is a team that realizes that they're trending to the bottom and they're about to fully embrace the tank in this point in the season. I just don't. I think it's too many options. I think it's too many options for Denver right now. I don't like anything Chicago's doing. I think that Pat Bev has waken them up slightly, defensively, but they're just not a team that I'm looking to back right now. Like they are just clear cut not a team that I'm looking to back right now. And there's no situation that well, yeah, no, I think there's almost no situation where I feel like in this point in the season, seeing what I've seen from the Chicago team, that I would feel comfortable or that you should feel comfortable betting them. And if you feel comfortable betting them, I would like to introduce you to 1-800 Gambler because I think that that is a very good number that you probably should consider because there's a lot of other people a lot of other things on the NBA that's going on tonight that I'd rather put my money on than Chicago Bulls. And not to mention, again, best home record in the league. I faded it last time, and I was right. Toronto covered 6.5, but they didn't win outright after a poor placed technical foul. And
Yeah, that was
you know,
bad. That was bad.
it was cool. It's cool. It is what it is. I got some cool wins under my belt. I'm gonna chop that one up, but I did want that plus 200 right there. It's perfectly fine. All right. Yeah, it's no way I'm on Chicago. I'm really good. Total sitting at 225.5. What are you doing there?
Yeah, I don't trust Chicago to put enough offense to go over the number, and I don't know if I don't know if Denver can score enough to where they can balance that to where it can go over. So I'd rather lean to Denver team total over. I think their offense will be able to roll and get what they want against Chicago. Even though Chicago has a good defense, I think they just can't combat with some of the things that Denver wants to do. So I like the team total. If I had to lean, I guess for a game total, I would probably just lean under.
Yeah, I like the under 225.5. I can see a script where Chicago does put up a pretty solid, like I can see that. I can see that happening. But I also can see Chicago completely flopping,
Right.
absolutely, and not doing
Mm.
anything. And I can see Denver not caring and just saying, hey, if they're barely going to get to 100, like we don't have to run out the gym with this one. So, uh, yeah, I'm with you on and the Denver Nuggets. I'm on the under and any props that tickle you in this one.
Yeah, I like Joker rebounds over. I'm pretty sure it's inflated. It's really no edge on any Joker props, but Chicago, they struggle defense. They struggle
What is
rebounding.
his rebounding over even at?
I think it's at. I seen it at 11. Let me double check and make sure. Joker, Joker, Joker.
He's at over 12 and a half for
Yeah,
rebounds.
Jesus. I got 11 and a half earlier.
Okay.
But it was a little bit juicy. What's the juice on the 12?
I see here we got
Like 120?
yeah, 120.
Yeah, I lay 140 for 11 and a half, so that's about right. But I don't think
There's
that
some 115s out there.
yeah, I don't think that the Chicago can be able to keep him off the glass. I mean, and like you said, if he's not going to be effective scoring, he's going to be rebounding. I mean, they don't have an answer for him inside. So I like his rebounds over. I play 12. You play 12 and a half.
I see his I mean it's back to plus money. I bet it's back to plus money, triple double. Triple double's at plus 105, plus 110. I think it's because he didn't get one last game when he played
Maybe.
against the Raptors. Didn't I say, hey, it's plus money?
Oh, I remember that. I
I
remember
said
you
it.
saying that. I
I
remember you
said it.
saying that.
I called it. I feel it's crazy that we've gotten to the point where I take more solace in predicting a non-triple double game for Nikola Jokic than actually predicting him to get one. Like,
It's just
oh no, this
insane.
is a no game. Like, you guys should bet no today. This is not going to be a game he gets one. Oh man,
It's insane.
he's definitely winning MVP this year. All right,
Yeah.
before we get to the next game, I'm going to talk to you again about win bets. Win bet. March Madness is here, and I'm currently sweating out a Davidson money line. I'm really, really sick that I didn't get the first half under because it was at like 69.5 when I seen it earlier, but I didn't get to go bet it yet, and then I missed it. And so, what was it? I don't know. It was like 17, 18. It's like 18, 17 or something like that. They are on a commercial break, so I can't tell you the score. I was going to tell you the score. All right, back to the actual win bet read that we're doing. You can bet on March Madness like I'm doing. You can bet on the NBA, NHL, XFL, all over at Win Bet. Sign up today and receive a special offer. Bet $100. Get $100. Limited to state availability. And Remember, if you hit the longest parlay of the week, you get $1,000 free credit. I was right. It was 17-16. Davidson's up, but it's 7 minutes left. They are not getting to whatever that 60 number was for that first half. So much choose from. All you have to do is head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/winbet. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WINNBET. All subject change terms and conditions at winbet.com. Must be told or in present the state where playthrough WinBet is available. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. All right. Let's move on to.
Oh, we gotta switch the banners also whenever we switch the game.
Oh,
I just
yeah. I don't be. Y'all
I
know.
just
Look, y'all know
I just
that's a Moonoff thing.
I just
That's a
looked and seen it
Moonoff
was
thing.
crazy.
I never change the banners when we be talking. Everybody, I feel like you should realize I'd never be changing the banners. All right. But the next game on the slate is the OKC Thunder on the road going to play the. Holy crap. I didn't know this line went up like that.
Yeah, SGA
All
out.
right.
That's why.
Oh, is he? Oh,
Yeah,
all
he's
right.
out.
That's why.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, no, but they said that yesterday, and it's still opened up at 10. Okay.
Oh,
OKC's on the road going to play the Phoenix Suns. Suns opened up at 10. It is now up to 13 and a half. 233 and a half is the total injury report for these two teams. And as we just said, injury management, SGA is out. And I believe they said that a while ago that SGA was going to start being load managed a lot more.
why?
And
Why? He isn't he like
it's
25,
because the
26?
tank, it's the tank, man. It's the tank.
They're still right there in the
When the
play-in, right?
tank pull up to your front door, you don't just shut your door on the tank. It's a tank. You don't just shut your door on the tank. The tank pull up to your front door, and the tank coming in, if whether you want it or not. Good luck. Unless you got a super mega door, unless you got the door that Martin was slamming on people in Martin. That's the only way that you keeping the tank out your door. And I'm pretty sure y'all don't got that door. So the tank is coming. SGA's out. Jalen Williams is out too. Jalen,
J-Dub.
J-A-L,
Yeah,
J-Dub.
J-Dub.
Yeah,
Yeah.
J-Dub is out. So that's big. That's probably adds to. I think J-Dub is probably good for a point now, honestly. So 13 and a half with what possibly could be one of the best teams in the NBA. The Suns are, what is this, 4-0? Is that 4-0 with KD? No, 3-0 with KD.
3-0.
3-0 with KD. So could be very well could be the best team in the NBA with Kevin Durant. Very well could be.
Absolutely.
Are you laying 13 and a half with them?
Hell no. I'm not laying 13. I don't care who they playing. I ain't laying 13 and a half for nobody. Not in the NBA, man. Not in the NBA. You don't make money laying 13 and a half in the NBA or any sport actually. But I mean, they have won 4. They've won 4 or 5. They've covered the last 5 or 4, depending on what number you grade the Milwaukee lost at. I mean, if you got it at like they closed, I think 3.5, 3. So somebody pushed and somebody won. So 3-0 straight up in ATS with KD. 3 of the last 5 have went over. Offense has been clicking. Now I'm not gonna. It's pretty simple for me. I'm not betting the game at all. I'd lean to the Thunder. I just don't think 13 and a half is a lot of points. I mean, and you got to think that if Phoenix gets up, 15, 16 points late in the game, I mean, those guys are sitting, especially KD and Chris Paul. They're going to sit. But I do like Phoenix in the first quarter. OKC off that big win and cover against Golden State. It was a lot of swings in that game, actually. And the Suns haven't played since Sunday. So I like the first quarter. I like them coming out, making a statement, and trying to get off the court early to get some extra rest.
Man, it's something about seeing a big number next to OKC where I'm like, oh, I want to bet them laying this, like when they're catching this big number.
Oh, this KD first home game?
So bad. Yes, this is KD's first home game.
First quarter, first half, Phoenix. Yeah.
And I think I'm with you. I think we just played this like the first half, and maybe OKC's able to. I don't know. This could be really this could be ugly. This could be ugly. I'm with you. I'll take the Suns first. What's that? Let me see what number I can get on that. I think first half is at 8.
I laid 3.5 in the first quarter, minus 115.
3.5. Well, that's it now at 4.5, and said eight
Obviously, it's because it
now.
moved up. Because when I bet it last night, it was the line wasn't 13.5. It was like 12.5.
Yeah, man. It's no J Dub. You don't got SGA. I personally really think that the Thunder are tanking. Like, I really think. I don't know why you're tanking
They got a
now,
billion picks. What the hell are they tanking for?
but I truly think that they just don't care about the rest of the season because, bro, how are you 3 games under? Like, you have the first. When is the last time they went above 500? When Chris Paul was there in the bubble? Is that the last
Maybe.
time they've been above 500? I
That's a
think it
good point.
is.
I don't.
I don't
Yeah, I
think
don't
they've been
remember.
above. So this is some time. You have an opportunity to be above 500. You have an opportunity to go for a playoff seed, and you come out and say that, hey, we're about to start sitting SGA a lot more. For what?
I'd be pissed if
What are
I
you
was him.
saving? What are you saving him for? The season's over in a month.
He's
He's about
27.
to have like months off. You have a chance to make the playoffs, and you come out and saying that you're actually gonna sit him more. I'm really good on OKC, man. Like, I'm really good. Last night was a good spot with them as a home dog, but I'm really good at OKC in this spot. They might get ran out the gym by the Suns. I'll take the Suns minus 13.5. Yeah, like, it's just gonna be, I'll bet OKC when SGA plays, and I won't bet them if he doesn't, because it's clearly you don't care. I just have no idea why you're sitting him. I get that he has health issues and all of that, but if you're trying to make a run and a push to make the playoffs, it's just clear that OKC is one of those teams that they're cool winning games every now and then, but whoa, slow down. Don't be too good. Like, oh, we don't want to be too good and let people think that we're serious out here. Like, let's slow this down some. We could possibly get back into the lottery
It's
and
nobody. It's
go get
nobody
a
outside of the top three that can. I mean, outside of the top two that can help the team. I mean, they got Chet coming back, so they. I
eh,
mean, I guess like Scoot maybe, but I mean, other than that, I
I
mean,
don't
what
know.
do you?
I'm good on OKC in this spot. I'm straight. Fuck them. It's just dumb. Like, I understand if, like, tonight, I understand he's not playing on a back to back, but they straight up said, like, we're about to start load managing him a lot more. Like, I can't take them serious. All right. Totals at 233.5. Came down half a point from 234, probably because of the SGA out. Any look there?
Yeah, no, I'll just pass on total. Give me Phoenix team total over though. Let me see if I can find the updated number since the line moved. So we can just be accurate on that. Their team total is at 123.5. I will gladly go over that. I think they scored 130 here.
Yeah, I'm on under 233.5, and it's just because of that. I don't think that OKC is about to do their thing. I really want to bet OKC. I mean, Giddy double double. That's my guy, Daryl Brown, was talking about in the chat.
Yeah, I had him rebounds and assists last night. He crushed it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if Isaiah Joe is making some
Love
shots,
Isaiah Joe. Love Isaiah Joe, man.
maybe if Kenneth Williams is making some
He's out. I
shots,
think Kimmich
like.
is out though, right?
I mean, you don't know with OKC, you don't freaking know. So
Yeah,
I just
I think he's out.
without J Dub and without SGA, I'm really, really, really not interested in Giddy. I mean, maybe he gets it on the rebounds, but I'm really, really not interested in his assist prop at all. And that's normally what I think of when I think of Giddy double double, is him getting there on the points and the assists. Any props that you like for this one?
Yeah, I like Devin Booker points over. I actually like a lot of Devin Booker tonight. I like his points and assists over. His points over. Since KD has been there, he's had 37, 35, and 36. So
Mm-hmm,
he's seeing a lot of single coverage, something he probably hasn't seen since fucking middle school. Um, like so it's a lot easier for him. Like he's scoring at will. The pick and roll between him and KD is unstoppable. Like they do it on the right hash where KD sets the screen and rolls to the short corner, and you got to choose like, am I going to double KD? Am I going to double Booker? Most of the time, they just double KD and
mm-hmm,
Booker's one on one, and he gets to the rack with ease. His assist over 5.5 is really short. He's over in 6 straight games. He plays more of a facilitator whenever CP3 is on the bench. So
mm-hmm,
like they use him as the de facto point guard when him and KD are on the floor together. Because Shamit is more he's not Shamit. Payne is more of a spot up shooter than an actual point guard. So I like him over. I like Devin Booker a lot. I bet everything Devin Booker points and assists, points, assists, like points, rebounds, assists. I think it's a huge game for Devin Booker.
All right. I am. I'm on DeAndre Ayton rebounds because I think this is the dream matchup for DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, like that.
And why is this the dream matchup? Because guess what? DeAndre Ayton doesn't have to fight for rebounds today. He does not have to all. He doesn't have to get physical. He doesn't have to do anything. Those easy cheap rebounds that he got that night in what was it, in Phoenix against the Mavericks, and he walked out with like 20 rebounds. And when you were watching the game, he was literally just steady as that for him. I think that's what he's looking forward to tonight. I think DeAndre is going to have a ball on the boards tonight. I think he's going to be so happy. He's going to be getting those rebounds with a smile. Like, whoo, look at all this space I got to get these rebounds. Yes, DeAndre Ayton over. It's at 11 and a half now. I'm really like, I thought that when I saw 11 and a half, I was really going to be uncomfortable with it, but I don't. I'm really not. I think that DeAndre is going to feast on the boards tonight, and he might have. Where's that first half number? That first half, that not first half, first quarter, that first quarter, whatever the first quarter rebounds thing that Scott be talking about. Play that. I don't know nothing about that, but I'm gonna play that tonight
Me
because
either.
that sounds good.
Me either.
I just think DeAndre is just gonna mess around and just
Somebody said, "Don't do it real."
I'm sorry.
From
This is
one
what he
reel
like.
to another. From one reel
This
to another.
is this is what DeAndre Ayton likes. He likes the games where he don't got nobody to worry about. He can just sit there, sit on the basket, and get a rebound. Like this is the games DeAndre Ayton like. I'm going with DeAndre Ayton. Give me his rebounds prop. I'm not messing with. Well, he should. I mean, it's not really anybody to challenge him on points too. Points and rebounds could really be a really good day for DeAndre Ayton here today.
Yeah,
But
I'm on that. I'm on that too. Points and rebounds.
I think the Suns games have been going exactly how you would think, though. You take Booker's over, you take KD's over. You hope Chris Paul gets there on the assist. I know he burned some people last time with the assist last game, but I think you still take Chris Paul's assist, especially with this being a pretty good matchup for DeAndre Ayton and
Some
being able to get some of that pick and roll. Yo, if Ayton actually sells tonight, like I'm going to come here back livid. I'm going to come back livid tonight. Like DeAndre Ayton really, really should not sell tonight. Like he cannot sell tonight. That would be the most disappointing thing for me today. Yeah, you get in Chris Paul over 9.5 at plus 110. I like that. I think that that's pretty decent.
Oh, plus 110. Yeah, I'll take that too. Plus 110.
All right. Anything else for this one?
Nah, I'm good.
All right. Next game of the slate, we have the Toronto Raptors going to play the Los Angeles Clippers. Clippers are laying 2.5 at home. Line opened up at 5. It's down to 2.5. 230 is the total. That's come up a point. Injury report for these two teams. And we have for the Phoenix, no, excuse me, I'm reading the wrong thing. For the Toronto Raptors, pretty clean. Otto Porter Jr., you're still not seeing him. Probably not seeing him the rest of the year. I don't think we've seen him play like 1 or 2 games. And for the Los Angeles Clippers, pretty clean injury report here as well. Norman Powell, only person that I see listed, is out. All right. What are you doing here? Laying 2.5. This line is dropped.
I will not be. I will not be betting this game. I have plenty of college basketball to bet. I won't be watching this game. I have no idea what to do with either of these teams. Like, I mean, I want to believe. I want to be. I'm a believer in the Clippers, just not right now. I think they got to get. I think Lou has to get some of those guys implemented into the system and get them playing his style of basketball. They're not playing any defense right now. They're blowing leads, losing games they shouldn't. But Toronto, I don't trust either. But they do match up pretty well here. I'd like them better as what did you said they opened 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like them better at the open right now. I'll probably just pass, but I think that they can combat with some of the things that the Clippers want to do. The Raptors do have a lot of wings that can, they can throw at the Clippers with specifically Kawhi and PG, but they don't defend well in the mid range, which is where Kawhi and PG live. So you might want to pivot to some Kawhi and PG points props. Other than that, man, I don't know what to do with either of these teams, so I'll just pass. But if I had to, I'd lean to the Raptors money line. Just it's more volatile, I think.
All right. I am going with. I wish I got this earlier number because I like them laying a lot more. I mean, catching a lot more. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Raptors. I'm still gonna go with the Raptors. Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't do I mean, do the Clippers even have it? Like, even the Memphis game was disgusting. Like, disgusting for you to even be in a situation where you have to make a 15-point fourth quarter comeback against the Memphis Grizzlies. No John Morant, no Dylan Brooks. I think that
Right.
the thing that's gonna get me here today is that the Toronto Raptors can play defense against them. Like they can. And with the Clippers, I'm not sure what I can get out of them defensively anymore.
Right.
I mean, I'm
Right.
really not. The Clippers have given up 120 plus, 125 plus in 3 of the last 5 games. And one of them was the Memphis Grizzlies that didn't have John Morant. Like, I don't know, man. I don't trust this Clippers defense at all. They've been giving up a bunch of points in some bad spots. And I think that Toronto OG has opportunity where he can step up, be able to guard Kawhi Leonard, be able to guard Paul George. And I think that's really what the Memphis Grizzlies were missing in that game, last game, that really would have helped them out in that fourth quarter is to have that on ball defender. And now you have a host of good defenders on that Toronto team. So I'm gonna roll with Toronto too. I think that's really the side in this one. I wish I would have got it at the line at open, but I'm still gonna roll with Toronto here. That was my gut choice when I first saw it. I'm gonna stick with it. All right,
Go ahead.
230.5 is the total. What are you doing?
Yeah, I go under. I'm thinking both defenses really. I mean, the Raptors don't have like a really good defense, and the Clippers have been struggling defensively. But matchup wise and stylistically, I think that they both match up to where they kind of like cancel each other out. So I think they'll be struggling to score for both sides. So I like the under here.
I don't know. I thought I did like the under, but I don't know what we're gonna get from the Clippers. The Clippers are so bad right
Yeah, I
now.
don't know what you're
I
gonna get
have
from the
no
Raptors
idea what you're gonna
offensively either.
get.
Like, because Fred VanVleet, he shot good last game, so that means he's probably gonna go 0 for 17 tonight.
I don't know. Toronto normally has pretty decent. I'm pretty sure they have pretty decent road trips when they come out to LA. Uh, the last couple times I can remember, they've been played the Lakers and the Clippers pretty well. Let me see. Am I remembering that wrong? Clippers won 124, 113 last time. Toronto won. Oh, that was in Toronto, but the one in LA, yeah, 103, 100. And then in Toronto, they won. What's that? 2 years ago now? Almost 2 years? No, it's not. No, it's just a season ago. My bad. 116, 108. So pretty solid numbers. You never know what kind of Clippers team you saw in either of those games, actually. Yeah, I'm sticking with Toronto. I'm gonna stick with the under 230 in Toronto and Clippers game just sounds weird.
Yeah,
All
right.
right, total. What are you doing for your total?
Oh no, we just talked about a total.
I mean, not
Go
total
under.
for player props.
Oh,
Player props.
props. I got nothing. I can see anything happening with these guys. I got nothing.
I will take. Who's gonna win on the boards today?
I guess you could pivot to I guess Kawhi and PG points simply because the Raptors don't defend the mid range at will at all.
Uh, I don't know. I think they're actually gonna get in their face a little bit. I'm gonna go. Let's go with the bigs. I'm gonna go with the bigs and them on the rebounds. I mean, I just think that that's a well. I don't really like betting on Zubac anymore with Mason Plumlee there because Mason Plumlee is actually like getting to the point where he's about to start. If Zubac wasn't better defensively, Mason Plumlee would have pushed him. Oh, I like that. There we go. There we go. Finally, somebody said something I like proc wise. That said, I don't even need to look anything up. Russell Westbrook over 3.5 turnovers minus 125. 100%. Thank
Um,
you. That is a prop. I was going to give out Jacopoto. I like Jacopoto too. I'm still going to give out Jacopoto. Give me Jacopoto over 9.5 rebounds. It's like minus 105. I like that. But yes, there's a prop that I like because if anybody's going to mess this up, it's 100% going to be Russell Westbrook. I feel confident in saying that. So Russell Westbrook over 3.5 turnovers. I like that a lot. Appreciate that. And I have noticed that Russ has been doing good on assist wise, but I'm gonna stick with turnovers tonight. I like that.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, he has been passing the ball. Yeah, I kind of like that too.
All right. Before we get into our lock and dog is brought to you by Shady Rays. Yes, get the kicks to keep you covered from the suns. You can get ski gear and the ski shades that they got when you're snowing. It doesn't matter. I'm not gonna buy any ski stuff because I don't like the cold. But I'm definitely there for the Navigator sunglasses. Absolutely. So make sure you tap into Shady Rays where they really have like really, really good deals. And guess what? To date, they donated over 20 million meals to fight hunger to feed in America. Who doesn't love that? Who doesn't love fighting hunger? So go to shadyrays.com and use promo code SGPN for 50% off 2 pairs of polarized sunglasses. Try them for yourself because they are rated by 5 stars by over 200,000 million, 100 billion, trillion is really just 1,000 people. That's shadyrays.com, promo code SGPN, shadyrays.com, promo code SGPN. All right. Lock and dog time. Delonte, what are you doing?
Man, I got 2 locks, 2 dogs. To keep it short and simple, the 2 locks are
Wow.
going to
Okay.
be
Wow. I got 2 locks, 2 dogs.
Phoenix first half, Phoenix first quarter. First quarter is 4.5. First half is 7.5. Shop around, you can find a little bit better, but we'll just go with those numbers. And the dog, I'm going to go with the Pelicans and Washington.
So Pelicans and Washington. What was the locks again?
The locks were Phoenix first half, first quarter. Durant's first home game. Somebody
Oh,
brought
you're
that up to
playing
my
both. Oh,
yes.
okay.
Somebody brought it to my attention. I did not know that it was his first home game. That building will be electric tonight.
I do like that play. So
There we go. There we go.
I don't have 2 locks, 2 dogs. I just have the one in the. I didn't get the message that we're doing 2 locks and 2 dogs.
Nah,
Today.
I'm
I
just
just
saying.
have the 1 and 2.
I like those. I couldn't choose between either one of those, so I'll just put both. Fuck it. I mean, I could
It's
go
all
0 for 4.
good. It's all good. It's all good. I'm just giving you shit. All right, for my lock, I'm going with. What's that Mavericks team total at? I don't think. Did we talk about the number? I don't think we said a number.
Nah, but I can get it. I can pull it up real quick. I got it already on my screen. Team total for the Mavericks is, where is it? Oh, okay. It's at 117.5. It's like 117. It's split between 117.5 and 118.5. So.
117.5. I mean, I'm not going to be scared off it. I'm going to do it. So I'll lock up the Mavericks team total over 117.5. And I mean, it goes back to those last 5 games. You look at the Pelicans, they look pretty solid defensively, but if you look at it, Kings, what are they? Number 3 in terms of offensive efficiency, number 2 in terms of offensive efficiency the last 5 games. Knicks, they're number 7. Both of them put up 120 plus on this Pelicans team. And now you have Dallas, who is at number 9. I think Dallas is just doing a lot of really good things offensively right now. So I'm going to take them team total over 117.5. For my dog, going with, you gave out Washington, right? Then
Yeah, Washington. Yeah.
I will follow up with the Miami Heat at plus 110. I'm getting the Heat as a home dog, and we've gotten that 3 times this year. There's a reason why the Heat aren't home dogs too many times, because they know what the deal is when they are home dogs. So I will take the Heat as a home dog plus 110.
Love it, man.
All right. Anything else you got for the people before we get up out of here?
Yeah, man. Bet on Utah tonight. Utah, the Utes. That's all I got. They're playing Stanford tonight. It's a good bet.
Stanford, Utah,
it's a good
Utes.
bet. It's a good bet tonight.
All right, I didn't know we were throwing out college basketball. Oh my god!
Hey man,
we're throwing out crazy.
I'm done for the rest of the week.
Welcome to the college basketball experience. That's like I didn't know we were doing all this either.
Hey man, yeah, I got to get my picks out since I'm done for the rest of the week, so I'm trying to get all my info out right now.
Man, take Ohio State over Wisconsin because
There we
Scott
go.
do that for my guy Scott. Scott's been talking about how bad his coach is for a very, very long time and
Scott's
how
Ohio
they
State fan.
no, Scott went to Michigan, not Michigan, to Wisconsin. Scott
Oh, really?
actually went to school. Yes, he actually went to school in
Oh,
Wisconsin.
is
You
he
should
from
ask
there?
him about it. No, he's not. He's from New York. He's from New York. I don't know how he made his way all the
Yeah,
way to
how did that?
Wisconsin either.
Yeah.
I have no idea how he made his way all the way to Wisconsin either. Like he told me the story and I still didn't believe it. But somehow Scott went from New York to Wisconsin and went to school there for 4 years. So he's talked a lot of shit about Wisconsin's coach and how bad he is in crunch time, getting some positive line movement over in Ohio State's direction as well. So I like
Yeah.
Ohio State to get it done
Yeah,
today.
I bet him earlier too at pick.
All right, everyone. If you haven't already liked the video, somebody was asking how to like the video. It's a like button right there. I don't know if you are you on the computer or are you on your phone. If you're on the TV, I don't know how you like the button on the TV. That is a great question. I don't know if there's a
Yeah,
like
me
button on
either.
TV. I gotta figure it out. But if you're on the computer or on your phone, a matter of fact, if you're not on your computer, you're not on your phone, get on your computer or get on your phone and just go like it real quick. Like
That's it.
I
Leave
really
a
appreciate
review.
it. Like yeah, like really appreciate that. If you're on your phone listening to the podcast version on Spotify, leave a review. If you're on Apple, leave a review. And guess
Yep.
what? If you don't do that, you know what our listeners said. Like I didn't say this. We didn't say this. The listener said this. Said you're a coward. That's what the listener said. Now, that's your peers. That is your peers right there. So I can't tell you anything. I'm not saying that, but that's what they said in a review to us. They said if you're not leaving reviews, you're not liking the videos or anything like that, you are a coward. So appreciate y'all for listening. Appreciate everything. Follow all of us. Follow me at really real __. Follow Delonte. Delonte, what is your even?
XXLONTEXX. That's it.
There you go. And make sure you follow at SGP and NBA. Other than that, I have nothing else. I am getting back to sweating this Davidson game. Well, I'm not even really sweating right now, but I'm a superstitious person. So just because people be having leads, I've had college basketball teams blow leads on me all the time. So I'm sweating in my mind. All right, nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. I am going to end it like this. We are out of here.